Hi guys, I'm Denise and welcome to the very first episode of Total Revamp. Now on this series, we're going to show you how we take a space and give it a full transformation. And today's space is actually something that is really special to me. It is my own tuition centre and something that I've been working on for the past 1 year. What we have envisioned for this space is really to welcome past and present students in, to learn together and also have fun together. So you'll realise that the space has a mesh of both fun and functional elements. And I can't wait to show you around, so let's go! And all of this couldn't have been achieved without the help of some of our lovely sponsors. In fact, whatever you see right now is actually the result of the very first draft that Richard, my ID from Design for Space, did. I remember the day when I saw it, I loved it so much, we made no further changes, approved it right on the spot. So before I go any further, I'm just going to introduce Richard to tell us a bit more about the design and the concept of the space.
Okay, so firstly, it's like as you can see all different colors, creating this more vibrant vibes. It's like a more lively, whereby students come here, they won't feel boring and they can even hang out here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I think whatever he did was brilliant because the very first thing that I sent him was actually the logo. And if you take a look at the logo, you can see that kind of the elephant legs, right? It forms an arc. He really ran with it and he came up with this concept all by himself. I think it's just crazy. And honestly, I'm super thankful that you came in to the picture because I don't know if you remember, but actually before I got Design for Space in to help me to look at this whole structure, right? I tried to design this whole place myself. I actually went to learn how to use like AutoCAD and then how to draw and everything. And I took my final design file and when I showed it to Richard, like he laughed at me. Do you remember that?
Yes, it was like a very old school type, a very typical tuition center, whereby you know, those materials that chose is like typical white.
So let's just talk about the flooring first before we go deeper into the center. Now I remember that before all of this work was done, the floor was just dull, grey and also a little bit uneven, right?
We use a self-leveling compound to make it even.
So then basically it makes the floor completely level.
Yeah, right.
Okay, got it. Also, we went with the vinyl tiles because it's so much easier to install. I think it took about just a day, so it was really quick. So the pattern they have chosen is actually really unique. It's called the herringbone pattern. So other than the fact that it does look very aesthetically pleasing, some functional reasons why we chose vinyl is because it is also water resistant and slip resistant. We actually have a pantry inside of the classroom, so if students were to spill any type of liquids at all, we can just wipe it up very easily. No fear of students falling down. So let's take a tour into the center, and actually something that I'm really excited to talk about are these study pods. So if you look at these study pods, right, we actually design it in such a way that maybe up to four students can sit here, study together. If they have group projects, they can have conversations, they can have discussions as well. And actually all of these tables and even the cushions, they have all been custom made.
This tables and this bench, okay, actually it was wrapped up with Panaplast. Panaplast is made in Japan and Korea. So, okay, why I chose this laminate is because this wood design doesn't have a texture. Normally, you know, Panaplast, there's a lot of different kinds of wood designs, but with texture, and those some without texture. So, the good thing is like because we need this area for discussion, for writing, you know, you won't have a hard time writing on top of this table. Yeah.
So basically built for work, for students to actually do their work. That's
and
so
it looks
thoughtful.
nice and you know it's matte in color, doesn't look so fade, is it? Yeah.
Exactly. Then I just want to talk a little bit about the PowerPoints. So when it came to PowerPoints, right, Richard actually put 2 PowerPoints in every single study pod, and this is really for the convenience of students to charge their iPads, to charge their laptops, even their phones whenever they have work to do. And I think it's just this kind of small detail that really makes him so different from all the other IDs. He's just so thoughtful. Every small thing he takes care of, right? So on the laminate, we actually use the exact same laminate for the seats. If you can see, so it has a more consistent look, doesn't look too cluttered. And if you look at the colours on the wall, the paint was actually done by Raffles Paint. So they actually came down, they wrapped everything up, so they protected all of the furniture and then they did this painting job. They did such a good job because I mean, I'm very surprised. I really thought that we will see specks of paint, at least like 1 to 2 drops on the floor. How is it so clean? Like they really did a very, very good job. So professional. And the colours that we picked, I think Richard mentioned this earlier on, is based on the logo. So we actually have this Heaven's Gate blue. We also have Sassy yellow and also Cerise pink as the very last one. and my favorite is the blue. It's very chill. I feel like it's very calming for me, very relaxing. Since we are still here, let me just talk a little bit more about the light that we have. So all of the light bulbs that we have on the outside of the center before we enter the classroom, all of the light bulbs are actually this shape. It looks very modern, I think it looks very funky, very cute, nothing too serious. So it goes with the vibe of having that very fun, very energetic type of vibe. You know the bulbs, right? There were many different sizes, right? There was like this small, then the medium, and some of them above the recept, you will see that they are actually the larger sizes. So we actually picked a few of the different sizes, so it doesn't look too uniform. There is a bit of a dynamic to it, it looks different. So all of the lights that you see here, from the study pods to the ones above the recept, and even the light strip on the reception table, all of these are actually from Vlux, and they have this really cool ambient lighting, lighting that you can control via your mobile phone. I'll show you a bit more later. I'll do a demonstration when we're inside of the classroom. Let's go! Maybe I think I'll show you guys the resting corner. This is actually like, it's a resting corner. It's for students to just relax, or if they're waiting for their class, they can come here, chill a little bit. And the sofa, the coffee table, and carpet, they're all from the furniture boutique.
So basically the sofa, you can see this color is a little bit out with the typical brown color and the vibrant colors. So it's like, I want something more calm, okay, to fit into the whole place. With the carpet, you can see carpet, there's 3 colors here. So it really blends in very well.
Let me tell you a bit more about my jelly cat. So I brought 3 jelly cats from home. The jelly cats are no longer on our bed. I would like to tell you about my jelly cat. So this one, Debbie gave this to me for a Christmas present. I think it was 2 years ago. And this one, Kexin, my social media manager from Titan Digital Media, she gave this to me also for my Christmas present 2 years ago. And this one I bought it for myself. This is my very first jelly cat. This one, I bought it for myself the day that Nigel proposed to me. So I think these 3 are super special to me. I still have like a lot more at home, but these 3 are the most special ones, so I brought them with me to the center because when I look at them, I feel very happy. So we also have this plant over here. I actually bought this plant myself. It's an artificial plant. So what we did was, if you take a closer look at the pot later on, right, we actually bought a bigger pot so that it kind of looks grander. And then we actually potted this plant ourselves. I feel like there's a very personal touch to it. I just want to bring you guys to the reception. This was also custom built. There are 3 drawers. Again, I actually did not request for any of this. Richard thought of this all by himself. So he created these drawers so that we can keep our paperwork, our keys, aircon remote, everything. At the same time, we also have these decorative items.
Actually, Denise wants something like the reception counter with brown, like woody colors again. But the thing is, I have added in some grey color to blend it with this wood color. So it looks more calm and really it's more long-lasting look. And yeah, same thing is with Panaplast laminate. Yeah.
So it's very smooth, still easy to write, no texture lah. Not rough to touch.
It's very different. It's very different. So the aesthetic looks and design, I think it is simple, but you know, it's useful, and sometimes less is more. Yeah.
There's more visibility, and
right.
you don't feel like there's an obstacle when you're talking to someone, even though it's across the table, because of how low it has been made. So I feel like it's just all these tiny details. Very, very impressed by that.
Yep. Then there's LED strips here to enhance the whole entire space, and you know, of the designs of the laminates. You can show the I mean, it shines onto the laminate, whereby it looks really cool.
Actually, I think we can do a demonstration of how cool this LED strip actually is right now. I'm gonna have to connect my phone to the light, but basically what this LED strip does is we are able to control the intensity of the light here. We can also control the color of the light, and it's all done via my mobile phone. So the app looks like this. All of the lights that we have in the center has already been connected via the app, so I can actually control it from my mobile phone. Those you see with the rainbows, right? These are the ones where I can actually control the lighting, the color, so I can change it to literally any color that I want. Let me just show you how it works. So basically on the app we have the whole color wheel, right? And if I put my finger here, I can actually change the color any color that I want. I just need to drag my finger across the color wheel. can also adjust the intensity. So this is really cool. So I'll just show you more of this inside of the classroom. I think the effect is way more dramatic inside of the classroom where we can dim down the rest of the lights also. So before we go into the classroom, I just want to talk about these foldable doors that Richard has built for us. Actually, the doors were from AG Door. So why we had these doors here was because when students are having classes inside, we don't want them to be distracted by what's going on outside. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of visibility. So what he has done is pasted frosted stickers onto the glass so that students inside will not be distracted by anything that is happening on the outside. So this is actually my favorite part of the whole place. This is the classroom. It's actually not a very big classroom. We keep it to just one class for now. So the design of the classroom, we actually kept it very clean. We wanted the space to be very bright because after all, students are going to be learning here. So we don't want things that are too stimulating. We don't want too much going on into the inside of the room. So you'll see again, we have the tables. The laminates are also from Panaplast. So once again, very smooth, very easy for writing. So I've added this tiny little pantry in the classroom. We're in the middle of the pandemic now, so actually students cannot eat in the center. But what you can do is take the snacks and bring it home with you to eat. But I think it makes a huge difference. Like if you're studying for long hours, right, it helps to have something here to fuel up. We asked the students like what exactly do they want to eat, and then after that, my team and I, we had kind of like a taste test. We bought all of the different snacks, threw it out on the floor, and then for the whole week, we just kept eating snacks and rating them. So these were the ones that we liked the most. I brought packets of Milo, and then there is also like yen yen, there's tom yum noodles, and then haichu, and this one. This is my favorite. Nobody wanted this, but I really like this, so I brought it here as well. And again, my Cloversoft tissues. I love Cloversoft, so I have both the wet tissues and the dry ones. Okay, and then let's move in. Here we have the tab. So when students eventually come into the classroom and they get to eat during break times, we also want to give them that ability to wash their hands before they go back to work. Before, it was just this really standard, it looked like some industrial looking tab. It was black color, very boxy. It kind of juts out of the wall, very ugly, for lack of a better word. And there was basically, I don't think there was a cabinet here. It was literally a sink in the middle of nowhere, and a really ugly, I think, black color or metal sink. I really cannot remember at this point in time. So then what we did was we took off the whole sink, and then we installed this new sink here. White color, because pleasing, very simple colors. So the tabletop is using quartz tabletop. Laminate finishing on the cabinets itself, same thing. Yeah? Yeah. It looks really good. And these plants, again, I brought from home. I really have a lot of plants at home. Oh, and I also have this. So the thing is, after the whole renovation is done, right, the place will tend to smell a little bit. It just smells of new materials, right? So we brought in this, what is it called? Reed diffuser. It's a reed diffuser, and this one is from Huga. So I use this at home as well, in my bedroom as well. I love Huga diffusers. So now that I'm done with this side of the room, let's go on to the whiteboard and the cabinets. These cupboards are actually designed specially for the school. What they have done is, before the whole renovation was done, there's actually a column that is sticking out of the wall. And what they have done is kind of concealed the column, and all of the additional space left over were used as cabinets so that we can store our books, our notes, homework. If you look into the cabinets right now, you can still see it doesn't have so much space just because this column here is meant to conceal the structure right behind it. But all the other empty space that was left over, right, we can actually use as cabinets, which is actually, I feel, a very smart design. It makes use of all of these space that otherwise would not have been usable. So something really interesting about these cupboards is also that they are anti-slam. So we have students running around, right, we don't want to damage them. What happens is, let's say I'm going to swing the cupboard door shut now, and it will slow down and slowly shut itself after a while. Very gently. Okay, the design actually, it was meant to be the whole stretch. Okay, but we have this issue on right here. Your DV box is here, which is a big issue here. So we have decided to just do it on this area, together link with this part, together with laminate, Panaplast laminate together, then we link everything together so it looks uniform. Yeah, it
this
does,
way.
it does. So before Richard came in, I was toying with this idea of concealing with curtains. Do you remember?
Yeah, but the problem is this door cannot be dismantled because it's like the whole thing whereby sometimes you need to close it for safety reasons. Yeah, so we got to do it this way. So we got to change the design and do it rather than using curtain, which is
correct.
So ugly.
Yes,
so,
the curtains were quite ugly. I
so
admit.
Everything is hidden up. I think end of the day, I think it looks good. Yeah.
It looks good. I think it fits in with the theme. You know, the recep table on the outside. Yep. There was that theme of the wood laminates together with that grey color. So we have applied that same color palette to the classroom. You'll see the same grey color with the laminates.
These are glossy laminates whereby you can use a whiteboard marker, okay, to draw on it and to clean it off easily. So this is also using laminate. So the whole thing is with laminate finishing. So it looks good, yeah? Then it's usable, importantly.
Something else I want to point out here is the light strip. So earlier on we talked about the light strip very briefly at the reset. Now this light strip in the classroom, right, we can actually change the color as well. And I think this is very exciting because I'm already envisioning having year-end parties, after exam parties with my students. We can change the lighting here and it really switches up the ambience of the classroom so dramatically. Shall we do a demonstration?
Yeah, do a demonstration.
Okay. If you can see, this is like a color wheel, and if I drag my finger to any color on the wheel, the light will change accordingly as well, which makes it super cool. There's this really cool setting on the app as well. It's called Music, and basically what happens is if you turn on the microphone, it's going to pick up any type of music that you're playing, either on a Bluetooth speaker, whether it's coming through your phone, and the light will change according to the beat, or according to the sounds that are being picked up on the microphone. I think this is so cool because you can totally imagine, right, having a mini party here and then we're going to turn on the music and the lights will just keep changing. It's a bit like a
disco light.
Yeah, it's a bit like a disco. I think it's very cool. At the end of the day, once you're done playing with the light, you want to bring it back to its normal setting, you can actually save it as default scenes on your phone. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to revert it back to like reading, for example. And it goes back to the default setting right here. So again, all of the light solutions that we have here are all from Vlux. Even the classroom lights, like these LED strips, right?
This is actually energy saving, plus actually this comes with 4K lights. This 4K lights is not too bright for the eyes or even too dim for the eyes. So it's very comfortable lightings whereby students can just study here with I think some protection for their eyes. Instead of shining down towards like at one angle, it segregates out. So it's like not so sharp whereby everything is down towards like a spotlight.
Exactly.
So it's good for eyes, yeah?
So for the chairs, I actually bought this myself. I bought it online, and then I think a few nights ago, Nigel and I just came here and then we were putting the chairs together ourselves. And then on the table, I got this from, I can't remember, I think I got it from home. So what it is, it's like a pencil holder. You can put markers, pens inside here. And I also bought coasters. So in case students, they drink in the classroom, right, I have this habit of using coasters at home to prevent water stains on the table. So I'm just going to bring that same habit here and insist that all students must use my coasters, which are really cute. They're like smiley faces, very happy looking. I can't wait to welcome all of my students in here. I can't wait to welcome my friends in here as well, just to take a look at this space. So once again, thank you so much. I'm so happy with the design.
Thank you.
It's so crazy. So I think just looking back at this entire renovation journey, the moment we actually came in on site and started making changes in the actual space, things started moving very quickly. But renovating during a pandemic is definitely not easy. Number one, you always have to take note of the manpower shortage. And especially in this place, there was a lot of restrictions that we had to abide by, right?
Initially, it was like, it takes me about 2 months to have everything done up for the submission and the
there was
MCST.
a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, a lot of people, the fire safety cert and this and that. So there's a lot, they keep asking for more and more things. So you got to comply with the MCST. Then, it takes up it takes me about 2 months, you know, to settle all these things.
I think we also need to mention, right, that on the very first day that I decided to go with Richard and his team, the very first day, he actually came down straight away, take a look at the place. He met with mall management, he already had a chat with them about all of the different documents that needed to be submitted. And so impressive, like wow. For the viewers, if you are going to jump into a renovation project anytime soon, I think a word of advice that I will give to you is have someone there to lead you. You know what I mean? Because before Richard actually came on board, right, I remember that I had so many different ideas. I had all of these pins from Pinterest and so many things that I wanted to do. But when I really sat down to think about how do I pull all of these ideas together, it was such a frustrating experience. I didn't know how to integrate, like, you know, this look or this plan with the entire structure, and it was just so... I remember losing so much sleep over it. So this really wouldn't have been possible without the help of all of the sponsors. We have Vlux provided the lighting, Raffles Paint who came in with all of that painting solutions, the label and the paint, the Furniture Boutique who came in with the sofa, the coffee table and also the carpet, and Panaplast who provided their really high quality laminates for all of our carpentry. And of course, Evolve.SG who provided the vinyl flooring and the installation on site. And I really cannot forget Design for Space who really did the designing, the conceptualization and also the project management of all of the different vendors that we had here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe and watch the next video. We'll see you next time. Bye!